Now it's time for the top 10 most injured WWE wrestlers. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling top 10 videos. Number 10. John Cena has been injured on multiple occasions, including neck injuries, shoulder, ankle, and elbow injuries. He's missed tons of time in the ring. One of his most remembered injuries is in a match against Seth Rollins where his nose was broken. At now age 39, John Cena, it looks like his career could soon be ending due to all of these injuries. Number 9. Sheamus. Sheamus has missed a ton of time in the wrestling ring, which includes multiple shoulder injuries. Also, his skin is very sensitive, and he constantly gets marked up. Number 8. Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash has had tons and tons of knee and leg issues, partially due to the fact that he was a basketball player when he was younger, and he had an injury back then that caused him to retire. Those injuries flared up when he started to wrestle again. He's had 20 to 30 knee surgeries. It's just the list goes on and on with how many times these injuries have happened. At one time, he had a major leg injury on Raw. Number 7. Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan had to retire due to multiple concussions, and also he had seizures from these concussions. Also, he had a neck injury. He's had eye injuries. Just the list is endless with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan worked a very hard style when he wrestled, and he had to retire at a very young age. Number 6. Edge. Edge also had to retire from the wrestling ring due to a severe neck and spinal issues, very similar to how Steve Austin retired. Number 5. Steve Austin. Steve Austin broke his neck in a match against Owen Hart, where Owen Hart gave him a reversed pile driver. He was never the same. He also has had multiple knee surgeries. And this caused Steve Austin to retire at a young age as well in 2003. Number 4. Mick Foley. Mick Foley, now we don't really know 100% what all of his injuries were, but we do know that he's had multiple knee surgeries. He's had ear injuries, obviously. His ear was ripped off in a match against Vader. And his most of his injuries, I believe, came from the match against The Undertaker at the King of the Ring 1998 Hell in a Cell match, where he fell off the cage onto a table, fell through the top of the Hell in a Cell. He's had so many injuries. I think he's lost count. Just an insane amount of punishment that he put through his body. He also had to retire in his 30s. Number 3. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, he had injuries even before he got into professional wrestling. As he said on multiple occasions, he wrestled with a broken freaking neck. And he kept wrestling with broken necks in professional wrestling. He's also had knee injuries as well, but he is still wrestling today in the independents, and maybe one day he will come back to the WWE, but we'll see about that. Number 2, Rey Mysterio Jr. His main injuries have been knee injuries. He's had several knee injuries. I've lost count how many. But for some reason, somehow, some way, Rey Mysterio is wrestling today, and he hasn't had a major knee injury for a few years. Number 1, Triple H. Triple H, his injuries are definitely, I would have to say, are some of the most famous ones because they happened on television. He had 2 quad tears in both of his legs and on both sides, left and right. I mean, and these happen on television. And he also had a neck injury, and that basically caused him to have to retire from wrestling, temporarily, of course. He did come back eventually and started wrestling part-time, but one of the reasons why he stopped wrestling full-time was because of a neck issue. And, you know, he's still wrestling today, but you can see when he wrestles, he's definitely not the same as he once was. He's still very good in the ring, don't get me wrong, but he's definitely, the wear and tear of all these injuries he's had has definitely wore on him, and it's something to say that, you know, he still wrestles to this day, even if it is on an occasional basis. If you like this top 10 video, please subscribe. I'm going to be doing more top 10s in the future.